Right, Coach, man, got anything for us? Fire away. Go ahead.
Hey, Andy Ripper, who are the
Morning. Good. How are you?
Hey, when you look at stats, advanced analytics,
Yeah.
what are the three most important things that stand out about your team?
Good question. We started the season, thinking or knowing how much talent we had. So moving the ball and being able to spread things across the board was going to be really, really important to us. And so our assists, you know what I mean, being last in the league is a big thing. So we're still trying to work our way up to improving that. I think that's big. I think, our shooting percentages, that's another one that's really tough where we have to get those up. And I think that happens whenever, you know what I mean, you get opportunities to get cleaner shots. And so those are two things that really stands out. And then obviously from how we've played the last 2 years, our pace, which is really important for us to kind of work on improving and getting better. But I like the way that we get to the free throw line. I think that's something that we do really well. So having an attack mentality is really important for us because those are easy scoring opportunities for us. So those are some things that stick out.
Good morning, Tanisha.
Good morning.
Welcome back to me.
Thank you.
Your relationship with Tina Charles has been talking here. So how has that relationship kind of evolved when it becomes one between a head coach and what is now the team's top offensive option?
Yeah. We knew bringing Tina in that she was somebody who could impact the game in that way, obviously. I actually don't think enough gets said about her defense, too. I think defensively, she's pretty solid for us as well. But in terms of like the relationship, it's like any other relationship with a coach and a player. Expectations from both sides. So that hasn't changed much. The only thing that's changed is like we know each other very well. So I would say I probably know a little bit more which buttons to push to get her at the level that she expects and that we need in order for us to play well. Yes.
Tanisha, welcome back.
So,
Part of the we need to how much to help the confidence of this team that was struggling a little bit, and how is Ariel doing? She got to go to
Yeah, AP is going to be day to day, but ruled out for today. But definitely a great confidence booster, mainly in the fact that we had some days off and we were able to get some practice in, and so I think the translation from the practice to the game really was one of the big things that they saw and they felt, and so if we can continue to focus on those things within the practice and they translate, I think that'll continue to help us. But we still know that we're in a phase right now where we're trying to get better at little things, and so that has to continue to be our focus. Wins and losses come with that, but we have to continue to get better in those small areas. Oh, definitely having an experienced point guard on the floor helps. And I think Haley has done a great job for us thus far throughout the season collectively. But there's no substitute for having experience and understanding where people should be and how to get people in positions to be successful. JC's still getting her legs up under her. So there's still a ton of grace from our side in terms of what she's capable of doing. We know what JC will be capable of doing once she's fully back to full strength. She's not there yet, but she's such a competitor. She went from playing 15 minutes one game to 30 minutes the next game. So just off that, you have to be a competitor. You have to want to compete and live and love to compete. And I think that's what she brings. She brings to our table. So confidence. I think that's what she helps with the others as well. Hey, Pepper, how are you, girl? Good to see you. That's exactly right. The name of the game is consistency, but I think the more we focus on doing the little things that we've been practicing and talking about, the more consistent we'll be. It doesn't always equal wins, but it equals getting better. And I think that's what we need to focus on right now. We need to focus on getting better. How are we getting better? Are we getting better in the areas that are going to help impact winning? So that's what's really important to us right now as a group.
Go ahead, Erica.
Thank you. Hey, Coach, good to see you again. I know that you talked about Tina and knowing what buttons to press, but it seems like coming to Atlanta, she had a few goals specifically on the mentorship and leadership side. How would you say that's playing out in Atlanta, and is that any different from what you remember when she was a leader with alongside you in New York in your playing days?
Oh yeah, it's a lot different. Tina didn't have to do much leading in New York. She had to just focus on playing. And you know, when you have players of her caliber, you want to put them in positions to do what they do best. And what Tina does best is score the basketball, play basketball. So she didn't have to do much leading when she was in New York. So this is definitely an area for her of growth because now she's the most experienced player. She's the one who has to, you know, be impactful every night and help bring along some younger kids, along with even more experienced kids, but not as experienced as she is. And so it's definitely a different role. I think she's grown from day one that she stepped on the floor with us till now. I think she's being more verbal now in that leadership. So I think she's doing a good job just to continue down that path.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Coach, after a week of later playing New York and being down AP today as well, the player to defensively set up for this New York team, what's your mindset going into this game against the Liberty?
Well, first and foremost, we have to be more tougher than we were the last time that we played them. Mentally, physically, all those different things. I think that like we have to come in with that mindset first and foremost. Then we have to do a better job of guarding the 3-point line. I think taking care of the basketball so they don't get easy opportunities. I think, you know, them playing in transition. I think a lot of their threes come in transition. And so we just have to have a focus of taking care of the basketball, sprinting back, and making them play more 5 against 5.
Good job, Emmanuel.
How the W helped flip from the West Senate and the history of the league's activism, which you've been a huge part of. Period. How do you think what happened in the bubble? You know, I think we're in the system with Vegas. How do you think what happened then has affected the way the league, the players, and the teams approach activism and advocacy?
I mean, I think you just said it. I don't think it was just the bubble. I think the bubble. I think there had been some advocacy, even activism before the bubble. So I just think that was just a continuation of who this league is, the makeup of this league, the women of this league, what they stand for, and how they understand the importance of using their platform at really important times. And I think that's what the bubble was, right? The bubble was. We have this platform, we have this opportunity to really use our voice. And, you know, the 144 women that were in the bubble that decided to affect change and influence change in a positive way is just an overview of who the women of this league is. So I don't think that changes. I don't think it changes from year to year to year to year. I think that that's something that will continue to happen because that's just the character and the makeup of our league. You know, a marginalized group, let's be honest, right? Fighting for not only themselves, but fighting for others as well. I think that that's important.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you.